Hi students, in this class we'll be discussing about MCQs of second chapter chemical equations from the booklet given by the government of Telangana, Abhyasa Deepika. So all these bit part which we are discussing from this particular booklet given by the government of Telangana are very important bits. Now the first question from the second chapter chemical equations is, the first question given is, I will read out. In accordance with this law, chemical equations are balanced. Okay, in accordance with this law, chemical equations are balanced. The first options was given is, in the options you check once, the question is displayed. The question is, in accordance with this law, chemical equations are balanced. Okay, first option is A, Charles, B is equal proportion, C is conservation of mass, and D is Mosley's. Okay, so Charles, no way concerned with that, and equal proportions, no way, and conservation of mass and Mosley's. Mosley's is coming under 7th chapter. Okay, and conservation of mass is the right answer. Option is C for the first question. Okay, conservation of mass. That is option C. Okay, so what is the law of conservation of mass? During a chemical change, or a chemical reaction, mass can neither be created nor destroyed. Even matter can neither be created nor destroyed. It was proposed by Antoine Lavoisier. Antoine Lavoisier proposed this law of conservation of mass. The law of conservation of mass was proposed by Antoine Lavoisier. Okay, Antoine Lavoisier proposed this law of conservation of mass. According to law of conservation of mass, during a chemical change, mass neither be created nor destroyed. Nothing but, for example, sir, can you explain this? Means, example, hydrogen reacts with oxygen, gives rise to water. So we have to balance this. 2H2 plus O2 gives rise to 2H2O. Here 2 2 4 hydrogens are there, here is 4 balanced. How many oxygens are there? 2. Then 2 1 2 oxygens are there. So if I talk about mass, molecular masses for this particular chemical reaction here, hydrogen atomic number is 1, mass is also 1. Okay, this is mass of hydrogen. This is atomic number. Atomic mass, atomic number. Oxygen, atomic number is 8, mass is 16. Atomic mass of oxygen is 16. So I will check with the total mass. Here, how many hydrogens are there? 2 2 4 hydrogens. 4 into mass of atomic mass of each hydrogen is 1. So 4 into 1 plus oxygen. How many oxygens are there? 2. 2. Atomic mass of oxygen is 16. 2 into 16 gives rise to, here again 2 2 4 hydrogens. 4 into 1 plus oxygens are again 2. 2 into 16. So this is 4 plus 32 gives rise to 4 plus 32. How much? 36 gives rise to 36. So mass before the chemical reaction or chemical change is equal to mass after the chemical change or the chemical reaction or the completion of the chemical change. So this proves law of conservation of mass, which was proposed by Antoine Lavoisier. Proposed this law of conservation of mass. This you studied in 9th class. Okay. The second question is, the white precipitate formed in the reaction between Na2SO4 and BaCl2. The white precipitate formed, the question is, just see the question on the screen. The white precipitate formed in the reaction between Na2SO4 and BaCl2. Second question is, the white precipitate formed in the reaction between Na2SO4, nothing but sodium sulfate, and BaCl2. So the options given is, first option is, I won't write the options on the board, just I will read out the options, check with the question. Na2SO3, BaNa2, BaSO4, NaCl. So, which is the precipitate among all these? After the completion of this chemical change or chemical reaction, which is the precipitate formed? Means we'll check with the equation now. Okay, the equation is, now this is an activity. Second chapter we are discussing, in that the activity number 2, class activity number 2 actually this is. Okay, so Na2SO4, I am taking one glass beaker. I will explain very clearly this activity here. So in this glass beaker, I am going to few ml of distilled water. To this distilled water, I am going to add the 2 grams or 3 grams or 4 grams of water, sodium sulfate salt, Na2SO4 added. Then after adding Na2SO4 to the distilled water, salt gets dissolved in the distilled water and the solution becomes aqueous. The solution becomes aqueous Na2, because what is the solvent here? So Na2SO4 solution, aqueous solution is formed. Plus, now we are taking another glass beaker. Another glass beaker I am going to take. In this, I am going to take again few ml of water, maybe it is 10 ml or 20 ml or respective ml of your choice. So 10 ml of distilled water I am taking again here. 10 ml. Here also you take 10 ml only. To this I am going to add 2 gram or 1 gram of what? Barium chloride. Barium chloride salt I am going to take. Then after adding barium chloride salt, it gets dissolved in the distilled water and forms a solution, aqueous solution of barium chloride, BaCl2 aqueous. So what you do is, I am going to transfer these two. I will take another glass beaker or you can take one test tube. So I am going to take 5 ml or 2 ml, anything, 5 ml of Na2SO4 solution, and I am going to add 5 ml of barium chloride solution. So after adding these two solutions, reaction takes place, chemical change takes place, and a white precipitate, okay, a white precipitate is formed, at the bottom, okay, after the completion of the chemical change. And what is that white precipitate means? That is barium sulfate, white PPT is formed. Okay, now I will write the chemical reaction. Chemical reaction, okay, complete chemical reaction or chemical equation on the board. Okay, now the complete biological chemical equation is Na2SO4 aqueous reacts with barium chloride aqueous gives rise to Na2SO4 plus BaCl2. Sodium sulfate reacts with barium chloride, forms Ba, combines with SO4, BaSO4 plus Na2Cl2. I will write NaCl. 2 sodiums are there, 2 chlorines are there. We have to balance. That is 2 NaCl. So here the precipitate is barium sulfate. This is a precipitate. We can write PPT, means precipitate. And NaCl is in aqueous form. It is a salt formed. And barium sulfate precipitate is formed. Now this is aqueous. You should know about even the physical states of the reactants and the products. Okay. So Na2SO4 aqueous reacts with BaCl2 aqueous, gives rise to BaSO4 precipitate, and sodium chloride salt is formed. That is aqueous. Okay. So here, if I ask me, sir, if you ask me that what type of chemical change it is, sir, and a chemical double displacement reaction or chemical double decomposition reaction. Here, sodium is displaced, okay, displaced by barium, and barium is displaced by sodium. In place of barium, we got sodium here, and in place of sodium, we got barium here. So this is a complete balanced chemical equation. And according to the question, the right option here is also C. For the second question, I think the question is, okay, you all observed the question which was displayed on the screen. And in the right option for this is C is the right option in the given multiple choice. Very, very important. This is also sometimes you may get this one as an activity. Okay, in the 2 marks questions. Now the third question is products in the reaction CaCO3. Third question. Please see the question on the screen. Third question is products in the reaction CaCO3. CaCO3 gives rise to CaO plus CO2. The equation is given like this. Okay, the products formed in the reaction CaCO3 gives rise to CaO plus CO2. Now, what are the products? Here, and the options given, I will read out the options. CaCO3 CO2 A option is CaCO3 CO2 given on the screen. Okay, B is CaCO3, C is CO2, and D is CaO CO2. Okay, so what is the right option for that? Before that, we will solve this question. Now, if I explain about this question clearly, means CaCO3 means calcium carbonate. It generally occurs in physical states. If I mentioned, it occurs in solid state. And sir, how these two has formed from this one means due to heating. Okay, take a boiling test tube, take few grams of calcium carbonate, and start heating this calcium carbonate by using a Bunsen burner or a spirit lamp. Okay, it undergoes decomposition, thermochemical decomposition reaction, because heat is involved here. We are heating. So when you are heating by using a spirit lamp, if you heat this, carbonate is going to decompose into calcium oxide and carbon dioxide. Here this is a heating process involved, and compound is going to break down. Large compound, a single large compound is going to split into two or more different simpler compounds or substances. This is called as a thermochemical decomposition reaction because of the supply of heat energy. Okay, CaO plus CO2, and the physical state, this is occurs in solid state CaO, and carbon dioxide is a gas as well, upward arrow, G represented by G and upward arrow. These are the physical states for this particular equation. And in this, the reactant is a calcium carbonate. Only one reactant is there. This is a reactant, and these two are the products. Understood? So hence, in the given bit part, the right option is D. CaO and CO2 are the products. Okay, the question is displayed on the screen, and in that particular question and multiple choice were given. The right option for that is D. D is right option. CaO and CO2, these two are the products. And this is a thermochemical decomposition reaction. You don't have in 10th class, but you are having in 9th class. I think you studied in 9th. Even it is important equation for CBSE students also, even for AP 10th class SSC students are also. Now the fourth question. Number of hydrogen atoms in 2 gram hydrogen gas at STPR. Very, very important. Number of, I will write complete question on the board. Number of hydrogen atoms in 2 gram of hydrogen gas at STP. So STP means standard temperature and pressure. And the options given is, I will write even options also because I have to solve this completely. And the options are 6.02 into 10 to the power of 23. And next one is, B option is, I will write B here. And B option is 6.02 into 10 to the power of 24. And C option is 6.02 into 10 to the power of minus 23. And D option is 6.02 into 10 to the power of 22. Nothing but atoms. He did not mention, he said atoms because already in the question was given number of hydrogen atoms in 2 gram of hydrogen gas at STP. This is the question. Options are this. Even the question is also displayed on the screen. Okay, now how to solve this, sir? Sir, before the explanation of this particular problem, simple problem, very easy. What is STP? STP means standard. STP means standard. Okay, temperature and pressure. Standard temperature and pressure. STP means standard temperature is 0 degrees Celsius or 273 Kelvin. Okay, this is temperature. Standard pressure 1 atmosphere. Okay, 1 atmosphere. Atmosphere is the unit of pressure. Okay, so listen. STP means standard temperature and pressure. Standard temperature is how much? 0 degrees Celsius or 273 Kelvin. And pressure is 1 atmosphere. Okay, so that is the meaning of STP. Now, according to Avogadro's hypothesis, According to Avogadro's hypothesis, you should remember that. I think your teachers explained in the class in school. STP means standard temperature and pressure, and Avogadro's hypothesis. According to Avogadro's hypothesis, 1 mole of any gas, according to Avogadro's, okay, hypothesis, 1 mole of any gas at STP occupies, contains, STP contains 6.02 into, you can write 0.2 into 10 to the power of 23 atoms, if atoms means, or molecules. Molecules means these number of molecules. 6.02 into 10 to the power of 23 atoms or molecules. Okay, even we are having one more. 1 mole of any gas at STP occupies how much volume means 22.4 liters. If that kind of problem means, I will explain that. But this is asking to find out the number of atoms of hydrogen present in 2 gram of number of hydrogen atoms present in 2 gram of hydrogen gas at STP. So you have to remember Avogadro number value here. Now the question is like this. Now number of hydrogen atoms in 2 grams of hydrogen gas at STP. So hydrogen gas never occurs in nascent form. It never occur in nascent form, single form. That is in case in like hydrogen atoms. It occurs in molecular form, nothing but elemental form. That is in the form of H2. Hydrogen means you should write H2 only, not H simply, because it occurs in elemental form. That is in the form of H2. Now we are having here 1 mole of hydrogen means that is H2. H2 means here in front of hydrogen nothing is there, means 1. That is 1 mole of hydrogen. 1 mole. H2 means 1 mole here. 1 mole of hydrogen. Okay. Yet STP contains how many number of atoms of hydrogen? That you have to remember. Listen. So please concentrate. Very, very important. 1 mole means 1 molecule. So 1 molecule, I told Avogadro's hypothesis, 1 mole of any gas, whether it is oxygen or nitrogen or hydrogen. 1 mole of any gas, I told I am taking hydrogen, contains how many number of atoms? 6.02 into 10 to the power of 23 atoms. Okay, 10 to the power of 23 atoms. Is it clear? That is 1 mole of hydrogen contains nearly 6.02 into 10 to the power of 23 number of atoms of hydrogen. Is it clear? Nothing but 1 mole of any gas contains how many number of atoms in standard value, that is 6.02 into the power of 23. If he is asking, sir, 2 moles means, no, okay, we solved this and the answer is 6.02 into the power of 23. The right option is, that is, I think you understood, the right option is A. 6.02 into 10 to the power of 23 atoms of hydrogen. 1 mole. Standard value, 1 mole. Sir, if it is 2 moles means, then you have to multiply. Sir, if it is 2 moles of hydrogen means 2 into 6.02 into 10 to the power of 23. Means 12 point something will, 12.04 will come. If it is 2 moles. Now the fifth question is, a balanced chemical equation is, options was given. Please, I will write the question because I have to solve this on the board. Fifth question is, a balanced chemical equation is, options are A, Fe2O3, he has mentioned clearly physical states also, okay, plus 2Al, solid, this is also solid, gives rise to Al2O3, okay, plus Fe, and there is a 2Fe, Al2O3, okay, and next he has given this state is solid, and even this is also solid only, okay, and this is also solid. Next one is Next one is 2Fe2O3 plus Al. Second option I am writing 2Al gives rise to 2Fe plus Al2O3. And C is Fe2O3. C option is Fe2O3 plus Al. That is plus Al gives rise to 2Fe plus Al2O3. Okay, next one. D is Fe2O3 plus solid aluminum solid 2Al gives rise to 2Fe plus 3Al2O3. Okay, we'll check whether for second one we are having a solid, solid and a solid. This is solid, solid and this is solid was given. And Al2O3, Fe2O3C solid, solid and even solid. So this is not given, he is not given anything. And D is Fe2O3 solid plus 2Al solid plus 2Fe solid and Al2O3. Now the fifth question, a balanced chemical equation is Fe2O3 plus 2Al gives rise to Al2O3 plus 2Fe, and 2Fe2O3 plus 2Al gives rise to 2Fe plus Al2O3, Fe2O3 plus Al plus 2Fe plus Al2O3, and Fe2O3 plus 2Al gives rise to 2Fe plus 3Al2O3. We need to check which of the following is right option. Now, you see, first equation will check whether it is right or wrong. Fe2O3 plus 2Al gives rise to how many ferrums are there? 2 are there. Here you got 2 ferrums, it's okay. How many oxygens are there? 3 here, you got 3. And how many aluminiums are there? 2, you got 2. Okay, this is okay. We'll check the remaining also. 2Fe2O3 plus 2Al. How many ferrums are there? Here, coefficient is 2. 2 2 ja 4. 4 ferrums. You got 4 ferrums here, you got only 2. Then ferrums are not balanced. No need to check everything, we can understand. This is not balanced equation. Okay, next Fe2O3 plus Al gives rise to 2Fe Al2O3. Here, ferrums are 2, ferrums is balanced. How many aluminiums are there? 3 are there. Here you got 3. Okay. Aluminiums are how many? Oxygens are how many? 3 are there. Here are oxygens 3. Aluminiums are how many? Only 1 here, but you got 2. Then it is wrong. And this is also wrong. Let's check with the D. How many ferrums are there? 2. Here you got 2, balanced. How many oxygens are there? 3. Here you got 3 3s are 9 you got. Okay, so it is also totally wrong. And the right option is A. Fe2O3 plus 2Al gives rise to Al2O3 plus 2Fe. Okay, this is a chemical, actually, sir, what type of chemical change it is? Means chemical displacement reaction. Okay, this is a chemical displacement. Only information sake I'm saying displacement. Chemical displacement, you don't have this particular thing in your second chapter, chemical equations, he did not mention, but I am, for conceptual understanding, I mentioned what type of a chemical change it is, chemical displacement reaction. Okay, and right option is, fifth question, right option is A. Check the question even on the screen also. Okay. Sixth bit part. Amount of hydrochloric acid required to consume 100 grams of calcium carbonate completely is. The question is, I will have to write the question. I won't be writing the options, just I write the questions. The question is displayed even on the screen and you check with the options there. Okay, the question I have to write here. Amount of hydrochloric acid. Amount of hydrochloric acid, or simply HCl. Hydrochloric acid required to consume 100 gram of calcium carbonate. And in the bit part, even he clearly mentioned the atomic masses. Hydrogen, 1U means U means unified mass. Hydrogen mass was given. And even chlorine. Chlorine is 35.5 U, unified. Okay, and carbon is 12 U. And even we have is one more is that is calcium, 40 U, unified mass. Okay, so this is the information given, and I will write the options there. I'm displaying the question on the screen. Okay, and options you check there, and finally I will try to solve this problem. Amount of HCl required to consume 100 gram of calcium carbonate. Okay, so listen carefully. First of all, we'll try to write the equation for this. HCl is going to react with the calcium carbonate. Gives rise, I will write the balanced equation. CaCl2 plus Ca combines with the Cl. CaCl2 I wrote, I will balance it later. And next one is I will write the product formula H2O and a CO2. Now 2HCl, hydrogens are 2, here you got 2 balanced. How many chlorines are there? 2 you got 2 chlorines balanced. How many calciums are there? Only 1, you got 1 here balanced. How many carbons are there? Only 1, you got 1 carbon here. Total how many oxygens are there? 3. 1 plus 2, 3 oxygens, everything is balanced. Now, even we need to think about atomic masses were given. So before solving this question to write the molecular masses here by using these atomic masses. Now if I write the molecular masses here, how many in this particular formula HCl, 2 HCl is there. So we are taking 2 molecules of HCl going to react with 1 molecule of calcium carbonate. So 2 HCl means how many 2 hydrogens? Hydrogen atomic mass was given is 1. 2 hydrogens means 2 into 1 plus. Okay, chlorines are how many? 2 1 jar 2 are there. Chlorine mass was given is 35.5. That is 2 into 35.5. This is first one. I will complete this, find out the value. And after that, we got is calcium carbonate. Calcium, how many are there? Only 1 is there. Calcium mass is 40. That is 1 into 40 plus carbon atomic mass given is 12. 1 carbon is there. 1 into 12 plus oxygen atomic mass was given is how much? Oxygen he did not mention. That is, I did not write now. Oxygen is that is 16. How many oxygens are there? How many oxygens are there? 3 oxygens are there. That is 3 into how much? 16. Okay. Now, here, sir, oxygen is required or not? That is, we need. He did not mention in this, but we need even the oxygen atomic mass also. Okay. So that is, oxygen mass is given as not given, I mentioned clearly, that is 16. So next after this, calcium chloride. Again, you have to write the masses for this. Calcium chloride. Calcium is 40 na 1 into 40 for products. 2 into 35.5 plus 2 into 1 for hydrogen and 1 into 16 for oxygen and plus carbon dioxide 1 into 12 plus 2 into 16. Okay, now I will write the total mass here now. 2 plus this is 70, 35.5 into 2. How much it is? 71, I think. 71. Okay, next one. Plus 40. 1 into 40, 40 plus 12 plus how much? 48. This is for calcium carbonate. Gives rise to. Okay, I think it's better to write at the top. Then it will be more clear to you people. Okay, then I will write at the top. I will write this at the top. That is 2 into 71. 2 plus 71, sorry. 2 plus 71 plus 40 plus 12 plus 48 gives rise to. Here is how much? Products 1 into 40. 40 plus 2 into 35.5. Again it is 71 plus 71. Close the bracket. Plus 2 into 1. 2 plus this is for water. 16. Close the bracket. For water it is over. And it's carbon dioxide. 12 plus 1 into 12. 12 plus 32. Close the bracket. Then I will rub this part And even this part also I will rub. Okay. Now, next, here it is 73. Okay. And here it is 40 plus 12 plus, it will become, total become 50, 60. This is 100. Gives rise to 40 plus 71. How much? 111. Plus, this is 18. Close. Plus, this is a 44. Here, to make you understand more clearly, I will write this equation again here now. That is 2HCl. This is 73 is plus 73 is for 2 molecules of HCl. Plus 100 is for calcium carbonate. That is 100. I will write 100 is for calcium carbonate. CaCO3 gives rise to C. This is for CaCl2 plus this is for H2O and this is for carbon dioxide. So please concentrate. Otherwise you cannot understand anything. And 73 is for 2 molecules of HCl. 100 is for CaCO3. 111 is for CaCl2. 18 is for water. 44 is for CO2. Is it clear? Then I can rub this because I wrote all that equation. I am writing. Okay. So I will rub this entire thing. Actually, we can do very fastly, but to make you, all of you understand very clearly, I am explaining slowly. Okay. So listen, the question is, just this is going to display on the screen. Amount of hydrochloric acid required to consume 100 grams of calcium carbonate completely. Remember that. Listen. Now, the question is amount of HCl, hydrochloric acid required to consume 100 grams of calcium carbonate completely. So, how many gram of calcium carbonate was given? Now, if I write gram, in terms of gram, I will write, convert this. 73 gram of HCl plus 100 gram of CaCO3 gives rise to 111 gram of CaCl2 plus 18 gram of water plus 44 gram of CO2. Very easy. Okay, now the question is how much amount of HCl is required to consume 100 grams of calcium carbonate completely. Means we have here 100 gram of calcium carbonate. We are reacting 100 gram of calcium carbonate with how many grams of HCl? 73. Now the answer is how many gram? 73 gram is required. Gram of HCl. And in the given options, the right answer is B. Remember that the right option is B in the given multiple choice. I hope you understood. Sometimes you may ask how many gram of water is formed after reacting 73 gram of HCl with 100 gram of calcium carbonate, means this is the answer. And sometimes you may ask how much amount of carbon dioxide gas is liberated. When 73 gram of HCl is reacted with 100 grams of calcium carbonate, means 44 gram. So to make you people concept clear, I explained everything neatly. Please just focus on this problem. Okay, repeatedly or try to observe that. Then if you have any doubts, you can comment in the comment section related to the multiple choice of this first chapter, which is called as a chemical equations. Okay, and I will be explaining the coming videos all the problems which are there in the textbook and which are there in some other books relate to this particular second chapter, because many of the students getting confusion while doing the problems. Even though the teachers explain nicely, also they are getting some kind of confusion. To avoid that confusion, I'll explain more clearly the problems of this particular chapter, for especially for you people only. Okay, thank you. I hope you understood. If you understand this particular explanation, please like, share, subscribe. If any doubts are there, please comment in the comment section. Thank you.